Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, and The Walking Dead just dropped an episode that I had to do a breakdown on. Due to this year's schedule being extra busy, I've not been able to go over the show as much as I'd like to, but with everything getting cancelled because of our own outbreak, I've had some time freed up. Now I'm ready to bat for the other team like Negan did, and I swear that's not me, dude, being it's because he has a baseball bat and he's joined the Whisperers. Look, we're going to be talking about the big bad exit of everyone's favourite alpha female and discussing what it could mean for the future. There will be heavy spoilers here, so if you haven't had a chance to watch the episode yet, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for breakdowns like this every day, and please drop a thumbs up if you enjoy the recap. With that out of the way, thank you for clicking the video. Now let's get into our breakdown of The Walking Dead. Okay, so it goes without saying that this has been one of the best seasons of The Walking Dead so far. Excusing the weirdest on-screen kiss since Michael planted one on Oscar in the office, things have been at boiling point all the way through. Whilst the Whisperer War wasn't over the top and flashy for the most part, every episode has had some really memorable moments, and it's been awesome seeing the psychological toll that the entire thing has taken on our characters. I've covered the first part of the season, so if you want to watch all of the breakdowns on that, then I'll link it at the end, but just a quick recap of things so far. After escaping the cave, things really came to a head, with Daryl getting closer to Alpha than he'd like to, and the group preparing for war. Beta broke into Alexandria in one of the best impressions of Michael Myers that I've ever seen, and Eugene started his own radio station.
Have you heard what they said on the news today? Have you heard what is coming to us all?
It all came to a head at the end of the 11th episode, with Alpha unleashing the Horde. Negan has been slowly winning her affections, and Mr. Steelio Girl has completely blindsided her. This kind of plays into the end that I'll be talking about in just a bit, but rewatching this season, they definitely laced it in the subtext at several points. Anyway, we'll talk about that at the end of the video, as the battle has a lot to unpack from it. Like Jurassic Park, those electric fences only last so long, and we were tread to an agonising cliffhanger that made me feel like I had to self-isolate for a week to get over it. It's not my proudest wank, that one. The barricades of Hilltop were set alight and the walls came crumbling down. Episode 12 kickstarted everything with a massive showdown that felt very Games of Thronesy, and the hour-long entry didn't disappoint. The battle at Hilltop before the title scene was brilliant, but in the grand scheme of things, it just felt like a starter in what would end up becoming the best main course in the show's history. Everything was on fire, from the protection of the settlements all the way up to the mansion itself, and this hellish environment really complemented the hellish aesthetic of the show. It reminded me of Helm's Deep. Get it? Because hellish? Never mind. They do a fantastic job of launching projectiles, and the direction here is brilliant too, with us getting a real sense of the size of the Horde and how much effort it's causing just to fight minute to minute. Luckily, the piles of the undead create their own barricades, and this holds back a lot of those trying to swarm in. Unfortunately, a massive explosion blows a hole in the fence, allowing more of the walkers to pile in. The survivors fall back and leave the location, all splitting up, and Eugene grabs his radio equipment, which I think will pay off later. Now, skipping ahead a bit, Negan is of course a double agent. This shouldn't come as a surprise if you've read the comics, but they handled it slightly different in the show, which did keep me guessing his true intentions. The next morning we get Negan on cleaning duty, and though in hindsight he was being cruel to be kind, at the time I did get a lot of flashbacks to Glenn. Beta tries his best to escape the friend zone, and Frowny McTwoKnives sends Negan out to round up the walkers for the herd. I just love watching Jeffrey D. Morgan in the show, and hats off to whoever managed to get him involved, because he's slowly becoming the best character. When scouting, he spots a limping Lydia and then stumbles across Aaron. He tries to explain it, but he's interrupted by some walkers, and finally he comes face to face with Lydia. He and Olympia have always had an interesting dynamic, and I felt in Cole's absence he became very fond of her and wished to right the wrongs that had come from the young boy's death. Out on the road, Mary gets to hold the baby once more, and she even throws herself into danger to draw the Horde away. It really shows how much she's grown as a character, and how she's willing to do something for the greater good. The Whisperers were always loyal to Alpha, and they lacked independence. However, here she shows that she's broken free, and from this can make her own decisions. Unfortunately for her, a big gut punch, or rather gut stab, comes from Beta, who sneaks up behind her and kills her. She manages to tear his mask off, or rather his true face, and this could exemplify that all of the humanity is gone from him. We can see that the face underneath is just as black as the flesh that he wears to cover it, and it's a really nice moment packed with a lot of subtext. Another Whisperer spots him and instantly recognizes him, which shows that the series is following the comics and having him be a celebrity. In the comic books, he was a basketball player turned actor, and this looks like it could carry over to the show. However, Fear the Walking Dead may have already showed who he really is. In Season 5, Episode 14, we could see a record that could have been one of Beta's releases, and this shows why he's instantly recognizable. It also explains why he's so protective over his mask, and he will likely be trying to avoid fame now that the world has ended. It's a nice little hint of things to come that I definitely think will pay off down the line. Watching Mary reanimate is heartbreaking, and she's spared the punishment of being trapped in the Whisperers as one of their dead by an arrow to the head. Probably should have shot Beta though, but never mind. Miko saw Magna using the Horde as camouflage, and we discover that, after they were separated, she fled underground. Since escaping the cave, she's been moving with them, and this has given her time to realise the dire situation that they're truly in. The pair agree to break up, and both seem to take it really well. Like it actually seems like a mutual breakup, which, as we know on the whole, that these tend to be lies because yeah, your girlfriend dumped you, and that's why you sat watching Walking Dead breakdowns on YouTube. It wasn't mutual, you didn't agree to it, but don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Anyway, Eugene and Carol also get a really awesome exchange, and even she tells him that he should go for it and meet the voice at the other end of the line. Everyone's living day to day, and if it's your last one on Earth, then you should probably throw caution to the wind. There's different journeys with different members, but the arc that gets the most attention is that of the kids who are hiding out with Earl. Earl unfortunately got bit when trying to rescue them, and I can't lie, I was tearing up a bit as I saw him about to do the Joker's pencil trick from The Dark Knight. He deserves an Emmy for this scene, as it's absolutely incredible acting, and yeah, it really got to me. Judith is also getting over committing her first murder, and it's just packed with emotional beats. We cut to Negan telling Alpha that he's found Lydia, and as we know, Alpha told the Whisperers that Lydia was dead, but she doesn't seem to care. Alpha tells Negan that she wants him to go out into the world and spread the word of the Whisperers. She wants him to be a lion, but Negan rebuffs this, saying that it's supposed to be the young lion that takes the lioness's place. Negan discusses life before the apocalypse, in which he lost his Lucille to cancer, and seeing this loss puts everything into perspective. This death sent Negan spiraling into becoming the vicious man that we grew to hate, and he showcases how detached he became. Similar to the comics, he calls out Alpha for actually having emotions and hiding this from everyone in order to lead them. As he's truly detached, he knows when other people aren't, and that she's just putting it on for everyone. We all know Alpha won't really kill her own daughter, and Negan has came to this conclusion, knowing that she still loves her even after all they've been through. As Alpha approaches when Negan's locked her up, we realise that it's all one big trap, and that Lydia is actually at another location. Negan cuts Alpha's throat in one of the biggest moments in the show so far, and even though I knew it was coming, I was still completely shocked by it. Negan kisses her, and it's revealed that this entire time Negan has had his own mission. He heads back to the survivors with Alpha's reanimated head and tosses it to Carol, who says it took you long enough. Mirroring Alpha sending Dante in to infiltrate the survivors, Carol, Alpha's opposite, did the same thing with him. It's been a chess game this entire time, and seeing this reveal was absolutely incredible. If you think back to when Negan was first freed, Lydia said that she was the one who did it, but Daryl suspected that this was a lie. We never quite had it confirmed exactly which character let the beast out the cage, but now we know that it was Carol. Going forward, there are a lot of things that could happen, with Negan potentially going back undercover to take down Beta, who will become the leader of the group in Alpha's absence. There's a lot of things up in the air, but overall, this season has been brilliant. I think that they will connect with the Commonwealth soon through Eugene, and this will add to their numbers expanding. In case you don't know, the Commonwealth are actually their own little civilization, with things like shops, barbers, and probably the internet, so they can watch more terrible breakdowns like this. They're really what society are aiming for, and I can see them coming together and possibly being the location where Rip Grimes is currently at. There's a lot of things to look forward to, but I have really appreciated this season, and it's been great at getting my goodwill for the series back. I will be covering more key episodes as they drop, so definitely keep an eye out for them going ahead on the channel. Now obviously I'd love to hear your theories on The Walking Dead and what you've thought of the season so far. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop a thumbs up, and make sure you check out our breakdown of Westworld Season 3 Episode 1, which is going to be linked at the end. Every month on the 15th we give away free Blu-rays, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning the Star Wars Skywalker Saga box set is leave a like and subscribe with notifications on. If you want to support the channel and get to see content early, then please consider clicking the join button below. You can also come chat to us on our Discord server, linked in the description, or at DefinitionYT on Twitter. Those are the best ways to keep up to date with the channel, so hopefully we see you over there very soon. This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Definition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.